deep square leg fielder. And Deshpande on under a lot of pressure here. Back-to-back boundaries, 53 for 1 after 5.2, going over 10 now. Here, Rajasthan Royals, and that's what we often talk about, how quickly things change in a T20 game.
Padikkal going great guns, 28 off 16 on his return to the side. Here's Deshpande again it's on around about leg stump, not quite as wide this time, so Padikkal clips him to Ajinkya Rahane out on the leg side boundary for a single. Whoever wins this game will be in pretty good shape. As I mentioned there, they both can go top. CSK would have to win big to go top ahead of Lucknow on net run rate. Rajasthan just have to win, but you would think whoever starts with 3 wins out of 4 is in good shape, and these are likely to be competitors competing to get into that top 4, so you're taking 2 points away from your opponent as well.
Yeah, both teams very strong team in this year's competition. We knew, and suddenly Chennai is looking a very strong side. They've got a very, very good mix of players in terms of all-rounders, in terms of spinners, batters. I don't think at the start of the tournament many people thought that they would have a great tournament, especially given the way they played last year.
Butler facing up to Deshpande. He moves across his stumps, clips Deshpande down to fine leg. Yeah, I agree. Chennai Super Kings last year, they can't really have as bad a season as that. They're such a storied side, as you mentioned before. 4-time winners, 5-time runners-up. No team has been to as many finals. They've been to 9. Mumbai have only been to 6.
Yeah.
And Mumbai, the serial winners, they've won the most, but the most consistent side are CSK.
Absolutely. And as I said, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 2 or 3 times in the last 15 years they haven't qualified in the top 4, which
incredible,
which shows how consistent they have been, and they're pretty much stuck with the same team as well. The core has been the same.
Padikkal gets another single off Deshpande. Good ball, that, just short of a length. He rode the bounce, played it out to Magala for a single at short third. CSK, a side that you could always rely on. We're looking now at the Yellow Army at the MA Chidambaram Stadium. It's a sea of yellow, the iconic yellow shirt. It's probably the most iconic shirt because of the colour and the way it stands out in the IPL. And now this stadium has been completed. They've finally redone the stand. They've got a new pavilion. For a long time it was incomplete and they didn't have a full capacity. Now it's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, it's been like that for a long time. There was some issues, don't know with who, the association and other people.
Joss Butler clips Deshpande into the leg side. Another single to mid-on, who was right on the ring. That is the end of the power play. 57 for 1. It's a good one for the Rajasthan Royals, you'd have to say. In fact, they are the fastest scoring side at the moment in this IPL in the power play. Chennai, incidentally, are the 2nd fastest side.
Yeah, we know why Chennai is doing really well, because of Conway and Gaikwad, both in terrific form, and we saw an extraordinary innings from Ajinkya Rahane in the previous match. That was just pure, I mean, that was class from Ajinkya Rahane. All cricketing shots use the pace of the ball, and a brilliant 60 odd from him, and you'd expect the same again from him in today's game as well if they lose a wicket early. But at the moment is going to be Ravindra Jadeja, who's been brought into the attack straight away after the power play. A great career, 136 wickets, 214 matches, economy rate of under 8, 7.6. Terrific.
Well, what a fan favourite he is as well. Before he fielded a delivery down on the long on boundary, got a massive cheer. Probably, you would say only Dhoni gets bigger cheers in Chennai than Jadeja. He is wildly popular around India. Jaddu written on his back, that's his nickname. Jadeja's first delivery then to Butler. He drags it down the leg side. I gave him the big build-up, and that's a filthy first delivery. Don't often see that from Jadeja. It's actually beaten Dhoni and gone for 5 wides.
Yeah, that's a horrible delivery. For a minute I thought he's just checking his run-up when he started running. I didn't realize that he's going to go out there and actually bowl the ball. But that's what Jaddu does. He goes through his overs very, very quickly. And it was so wide that even MS Dhoni couldn't get his hands to it.
I think he was shocked. Jadeja, usually so accurate. 62 for 1 into Butler, who goes back and just eases him off the back foot with a straight bat down to long off. He's up and running now. Butler going pretty well, 18 off 11, hasn't had too much of the strike. He's in great form though, isn't he, at the moment? Another sensational start to the season. Butler coming into this game averaging 50, striking 180.
Yeah, third quickest batter in the history of IPL to get to 3,000 runs. Only took him 85 innings. KL Rahul with 80, and the big man Chris Gayle, the boss,
universe boss. Padikkal cuts Jadeja out to deep backward point for a single. The score moves on to 64 for 1 off 6.2. As we have a look at the pitch, it's very cracked, you would say, but there's not much grass on that one. Interesting, the comments of Dhoni Abhishek at the toss. He thinks it might be a bit slower, but he still wanted to chase.
The pitch looks good.
Another wide from Jadeja. This time Dhoni prevents it going to the boundary, but a loose start from his gun left arm spinner.
You're not sure when it's the last time I saw Ravindra Jadeja bowl 2 wides in an over. Going back to the fastest 3,000 runs, Chris Gayle only 75 innings. It shows that what a great player he has been over the years in the IPL. I mean, a lot has to go to him and to players like Brendan McCullum at the start of the IPL when they performed and the way they played this tournament. That got a lot of people involved with this tournament all around the world, especially in India. And yeah, again, he's played some extraordinary innings. I remember the 170 odd he got in the IPL was just exceptional, with 17 sixes or something.
Butler pushes into the leg side, runs hard, they might come back for 2. No, he's sent back by Padikkal. Might have been able to get 2 there. Jos Buttler is so quick that he gives you that option. Padikkal perhaps less so. We're just watching the package of Padikkal's shots, and it's been really noticeable. The real feature has been his play through the offside, and he hasn't really swung very hard, just natural timing. Here's Jadeja to Padikkal, who again goes back and cuts, misses this time, dot ball.
Yeah, he's got such lovely hands through the ball and looks brilliant to the offside, and as you said, to the onside as well. He just waits and times it rather than trying to give it a big heave or trying to use power. He's a tall guy.
Jadeja again, he's going around the wicket to the left-handed Padikkal, who angles his bat off the back foot, late cut down to Moeen Ali at short third for another single. Partnership 56 now off 33, starting to get a little bit worrying for Chennai.
Yeah, that's what they've done well. They always found a partnership with the top 3 Rajasthan Royals, and that's why they have had such a successful season so far.
Butler still content just to nudge and nurdle Jadeja around, probably sensible given that he is the most accurate of the Chennai bowlers. That's the end of his first over. Goes for 11, which for him is very loose. 68 for 1 off 7 overs as it stands, as we look at downtown Chennai from the drone. Lovely shot it is too. Fantastic city right on the Bay of Bengal. Very humid though, isn't it? You've got to be prepared for the heat, Abhishek, when you're there.
You've got to be prepared for a lot of things in Chennai, especially the heat. Yeah, it's one of the hottest places I've ever played cricket. Chennai and Hyderabad. Hyderabad can be very, very hot as well. I remember once we were doing a beat test at 43 degrees in the afternoon.
Wow.
And honestly, I mean, few of us ended up throwing up because it was so hot and humid. And yeah, it can be quite tough under these conditions, especially if you're playing the day matches. Evening is still okay because the sun is not there. Even though there is humidity, you don't feel that burning sensation on your body. But yeah, day matches can be a killer.
I'm feeling ill just thinking about you doing that, to be honest with you. I'm sure Atif feels the same way. Here's Moeen Ali back in the side and back into the attack. His first ball to Jos Buttler. He goes back, defends to the offside, comes through for a single. Moeen back in the side. He missed the previous game because he was ill, but he's been bowling well. The last time he bowled at the Chepauk, took a fourfer, so he likes bowling there.
Yeah, he loves bowling there, and he bowled really well, very smartly as well. So much experience behind him in T20 and the shorter format. Yeah, it's just, you need players like him in your side.
Around the wicket to the left-handed Particle, comes down and he miscues to the offside, but he's going to get away with it. This one spins away towards the boundary. Magala, the big figure of Magala's after it. He stops the boundary, pulls it back for Rahane, who throws it in, and they get 3. But Particle trying to hit Moeen Ali over cover. It skewed away over sort of third slip, really. Very lucky.
Yeah, giving himself too much room outside the leg stump, and also when he wanted to hit that shot, he wanted to hit it really, really hard rather than just trying to time it. But that was a good stop from Magala, saving a run. But that brings back Josh Butler on strike, and you have a feeling he's going to go after Moeen here.
Mo v Butler take 2. Wide of the off stump, Butler goes back and cuts off the middle of the bat, but straight to deep backward point where Sheikh Rashid, the substitute fielder, fields and gets it back into Dhoni.
Yeah, Moeen just keeping it outside the off stump against Josh Butler. Doesn't want to bowl anywhere near him or on the stumps. He knows that he loves going over long on, loves going over cow corner. He's been very smart so far, Moeen Ali.
Now, can he induce another full shot from the left-hander? Hard sweep from Particle, just for a single. Again, out to Sheikh Rashid on the leg side boundary for 1. Yeah, we were expecting, possibly, hoping anyway, for Stokes and Moeen against Root and Butler. As it is, we've just got Moeen against Butler. So this is the all-English battle we've been waiting for. Yeah,
brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He's bowling at around 90 kilometres. Is he going to go?
Again, balls into the pitch. This time, Butler goes back and pulls him really hard and quite flat over deep mid-wicket. Josh Butler, you could sense he was almost waiting for that short ball.
Yeah, he was either waiting for a short delivery or he was waiting for anything full. And the moment he saw that, his eyes just lit up. And again, that quick footwork, how quickly he goes back, and then that swing through the hip, that's where he generates his power. 85-meter long 6. Jostled, it says on the big screen.
I'm not too sure about that pun. What do you reckon? Jostled?
Yeah.
The universe Joss. Again short from Moeen, same result, this time bigger, higher and longer from Josh Butler. What a shot that is. Moeen Ali, though, very predictable. That's an expensive first over, and Butler is going now. 34 off 17, 86 for 1 off 8.
You can see that he was trying to overcompensate. He knows he can't go full against Josh Butler, trying to bowl that hard length, the in-between length where you can't really come forward, you can't really go back, but failing on both occasions. 93-meter long 6 that time from Josh Butler. Again, waiting for that delivery, rocking back and hitting it over that mid-wicket area. 18 of the last over. Suddenly the score looks terrifying for CSK. 86 for 1 and Josh Butler on 34, and he's just getting started, I can tell you that, Matt.
Well, it's always terrifying, isn't it, when Josh Butler's at the crease. If you're fielding, you need to get that guy out of there. Particle's doing well, 36 off 23, Butler 34 off 17. Jadeja again, but Dhoni might have to rethink Moeen Ali from the other end after that first over. Here's Jadeja. Particle goes across to his off stump. Top edge sweep. Is it a chance? No, it's going to be safe. Oh, watch the spin. The fielder on the deep backward square leg boundary does well. They always overruns it. The ball spins, of course, whenever you sweep and it goes up in the air.
It was Devon Conway, and I can promise you there were so many people on the ground saying, spinning, spinning. They must be screaming at him. It's going to spin. But at the moment, we were watching those 2 wonderful sixes from Josh Butler in the previous over of Moeen Ali.
Jadeja again, this time short outside the off stump, cut straight to Magala. Dot ball from Particle. Yeah, it's that famous shout in club cricket, spin, spin.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help, though, when you're in that position.
And especially if you're Devon Conway, you played this game long enough to know that it's going to spin.
Jadeja, this time hard slog sweep up in the air, chance possibly for Conway, settles under it, takes it. The Australian style, I was about to say American style, the Australian style with his fingers pointing towards the sky. That's a very important breakthrough for Jadeja and CSK. 88 for 2 now off 8.3 overs. Particle goes for 38 off 26.
Yeah, we often talk about matchups, and then left-arm spinner bowling against a left-hand batter. You know that he's going to go after you, he's going to come for you, but that was again very smart from Ravindra Jadeja, bowling it a slightly wider outside the off stump of Particle. He knew that he's going to go for that big slog, and the length was ever so important as well, just pulling his length ever so slightly back 38 of 26 for Particle. Still a very good innings. They needed a partnership after losing Yashasvi Jaiswal initially. So I think now they're in a very, very good position here. They've got the likes of Sanju Samson, they've got Hetmeyer, they've got Dhruv Jurel. So there's plenty of batting to come. And we are on a timeout.
Yeah, we've got
Plenty
2.5 minutes. Yeah, why don't we talk about food? Because I was just thinking, I've actually got some family in Chennai, but I haven't been there for quite a long time. But whenever you play in the south of India, now I'm slightly biased, being from the south. My mother's from Tamil Nadu. The food is just so different, isn't it, from